I've got the national weather covered, but for local weather, no one comes close to News 10 NBC and the First Alert Weather Team.
Here's Robert Speta breaking down the complexities of forecasting lake effect snow.
Rochester is a unique city in the sense that we get a lot of snowfall here. We're actually in the top 10 snowiest cities on Earth with a population of over 100,000 people. And much of the reason for that is this, Lake Ontario. During the winter, those cool Canadian winds blow across the lake, pick up moisture off those relatively warmer waters, and dump all of that snowfall on us here in Rochester. The problem is, it often comes in these localized snow bands, which can be rather hard to track. One moment you're looking at sunny skies, and the next you could be having these heavy whiteout conditions. I've spent many days driving up and down 104 looking for these snow bands that we could not nail down on radar, specifically from eastern Monroe through Wayne County. Behind me is 104, it is slick. Some of the heaviest snow I even reported in last year was in Ontario, where the radar beam showed nearly zero snowfall. This is because, as Jeremy mentioned earlier, they are under the radar beam, and many residents of this area have to deal with this. Parker Zach, a local weather watcher and Webster resident, shares his story, which may sound familiar to you.
There are many occasions when you can be downtown, sunny, clear, beautiful blue skies, and you drive up north on 590, and it's blinding conditions on the shore, absolutely whiteout conditions. And you take out your little weather app and you look, and you see absolutely nothing on the radar. It's a homegrown local phenomenon. It's nothing that you can see at a national level on any national radar app. For example, the Weather Channel is always showing snow in Buffalo and Syracuse, and we're like falling between the cracks. And I think a big reason is because it doesn't show.
So in short, we have been blind to some of this weather taking place right over our heads. With the installation of this new radar, we'll be able to track these snow bands much more accurately. Considering we get over 100 inches of snow here in Rochester on a yearly basis, this will not only help you plan your day, potentially could save lives. I'm Robert Speta, News 10 NBC.
Amanda McDonald is looking ahead towards what this winter might bring.
If you're like me, you're not quite ready for winter just yet, but as a native Rochesterian, I know it's going to come sooner or later. The good news this year is that with News 10 NBC's First Alert Radar, you will actually be able to see the lake effect snow showing up on all of our maps. Now, once it gets to around September, October, everyone always starts to ask us, what is the winter looking like? Well, let's go ahead and take a very early look at what we're expecting. The Climate Prediction Center makes seasonal forecasts along with expected trends for temperature and precipitation in 3-month increments. They are forecasting a 70% chance that an El Nino will form. What does that mean to you? Well, basically it translates into a 40% chance of above average temperatures for the months of November, December, and January. So now let's go ahead and take a look at what the precipitation trends are for those same months. This is where El Nino typically has a smaller effect on the Northeast. Right now, there aren't any really strong signs that we'd see an above average snowfall or below average snowfall. There's actually an equal chance to see either average, above average, or below average precipitation here in our area, which at this point isn't too helpful. We will, of course, fine-tune your winter forecast as winter gets a little bit closer. I'm meteorologist Amanda McDonald.
No matter what Mother Nature throws at us this winter or throughout the year, with our First Alert Doppler 10 radar, we'll have you covered and help keep you ahead of the storm.